Try now. Or you probably won't notice for a while, but.
Yeah, we got it. Look.
Okay. I just disabled HD.
Is it working?
It's looking that way.
We can hear it now.
We're gonna get serious feedback in a second.
Do you know who's going to be watching? There's going to be friends and family from Halifax. Oh, 71 I counted.
So yeah, no rush, but whenever you have a moment, if you don't mind, like speaking to the
No, I will do that in 1 second.
1, 2, 3.
It's Suva, isn't it? Souther. Yes. 3. No, it's my Souther, yeah. Other.
No, poi guarda, vuoi essere sicuro che ci stanno 75 sedie e queste sedie qua?
I just want to see how much the difference makes because full blown HD might scream a little bit.
That's pretty far away. Jack, in a minute you'll be able to speak with the musicians.
Yeah.
Trying to squeeze his chair in the hand. Giovanni!
Oh.
Which chair?
That one behind the tray. Because I've only got 4 reserved here, so I don't want to talk.
Sorry, behind you on the screen.
Oh,
yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean yeah, like jump on you. Yeah, okay. We can go around a little more. Question for you. During the ceremony, will these be on?
The ceremony?
Yeah. The only thing is that because of the feed, it's picking up all of the light in the back. People standing here
Reflecting? Yeah.
So I was wondering if there's any light shining on their face, it might actually
We can turn the fairy lights on. No lights, but it won't.
it might not work.
Probably won't have much of an effect. But it's not for that. It will look pretty.
Give it a shot and see.
Do you have a lighter on that?
Yes, just the one.
Abbiamo trovato le sedie per loro? Grazie.
Non ti Sangelo. Non l'hai preso ancora?
No, ma non si ha. Volevo come un biglietto piccolino, ha detto Tina. Volevo come grandissima così. Per gli sposi per leggere durante la cerimonia. Questo ce l'ho già.
Ok, quindi ho capito.
Deve copiare e fai una font più piccolina come un numero.
Ho capito.
Più o meno deve essere una cartolina così.
Sì.
Va bene. Invece sono tutte e due, Mike e Ryan.
We have a dog on the side.
No, over there. I know something. Yeah, no, I was trying to work out. No. Basically, I've got like 3 things. I was just thinking, I don't want to just stand by and go by. It needs to just
Oh, it's because I muted it for a second.
Where do you want to go?
Chirping? I might have fixed it at this point. Might have fixed it.
What do you think it was? Just us.
Could have been a lot of things. Changed. Okay, now the only.
You get every single every single. I think that's good. It is good. But, can you just do one more question? Should we like mute and block the video?
Yeah, no, no.
Don't stop the because then it like stops the whole thing. And then the musician, is that including the musician? No. Okay, so he'll put his chair back and we're good. That's not going to be. No, we're getting chairs for that. He just borrowed that. Yeah, we're perfect. We're exactly.
Zini, do you want to talk to Giovanni, the musician?
Yes, please. Just.
Tu parla inglese?
Okay, I'll sit. Oh, okay. That's my problem. Oh, sorry.
Primo pezzo,
Yes. So before that, really good, abbiamo i testi witnesses. We were having the witnesses come into the same song. Okay. You pause the music. If someone wants the witnesses, take a seat. No, they're walking in as well. And then you don't stop the song. Don't stop the song again. No. So basically, they want this piece played when all the guests are leaving. So just play it as the guests sit down. There's una questa pezza quando arrivano i più. Sempre la stessa canzone. Oh, lì sì, so sì. How long is it? Quanti minuti questa canzone? That's alright, they can just keep repeating it. But how long is it? I need to know. Più o meno quanti minuti? 2 minutes. Okay. So, they play while music, everybody sits down. And so, I will speak. Also, the business is happening. I say this, this, and this. Then I get everyone to stand up. Once everybody stands up, play again.
Ok.
So what will happen? The two witnesses are going to walk in, and they're going to stand to my right. Then Mike and his mom are coming in. Then Ryan and his mom. Loro sono molto fortunate. He said you sure you're going to do a different kind of song? They want that piece to remember everyone, and then they want to. The main thing is they want to take their place at the end of this piece. Le cose importanti per lo
Also, the reason it's being sketchy that I just realized is because the signal isn't operating.
I think it's only 2 minutes long. So we'll just put it off. So I will tell. I know what I will do. I will tell the witnesses to wait maybe just realised I haven't done that yet. Sorry, here we go. Eric, are you ready?
Okay, the microphone is really sensitive to touch, so every time my hand moves, it makes not so nice.
Here, go.
So do you want me to I'll just talk, I will just keep talking, I could practice, but I don't want to because it makes me too nervous. We have church bells ringing, it's very pretty. Hello to everybody where are people watching from? Toronto, Halifax. Okay, you can hear everything good?
I will find out the exact Do you have a lighter by any chance, Pascale? Do you have a lighter by any chance? Do you want a borrow? Thank you.
Okay, all right. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Basically,
You see me? I'm saying hi. Hi.
It's okay.
It's delayed.
Ciao.
I think it's delayed. Can you see me now?
Do you need some audio?
Oh, it's quite delayed, I think.
It's just coming on my computer.
You don't need audio. Ah, questo è per Skype, capito?
Questo sta vedendo Catholic Sporting da qua.
Sì. Questo è per...
oh, this is all I just
O non filmano e non fotono. Lui vuole che gira così, gira lontano. Erano 5-6 loro. E già capito, girava, salutavo scusa. Ma si vedeva che il lavoro lo stavo facendo già. Ormai in questo non si sa. Macina, stavo pensando. Macina è il più grosso fenomeno degli ultimi anni. È strepitosa. Ma c'è un nuovo chic a Sorrento, tutto quello che c'era così. Che
I'm going to bring them up to the camera, and then I will pass them.
I
I think you can start at the very back part. And it's the idea of the same. Yes.
And then I can just walk until they're right.
There we go.
So it's everywhere.
Ring-wise, you want me to just tell you? Sure. And also, this is, yeah, so Lauren had gone, What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the rings and probably just bring them to this camera, and I will give them to you. And then you go and stand over by the bar tree behind, in front of the musicians where the chairs, and then send the ring along that aisle. And then we'll go along like this. You just follow it down the outside aisle until it gets back to here. Is that okay? Yeah. Remember, don't start passing them until music starts, okay? I will tell you that. So just, you'll have them, but don't stop. I know. Right. I don't have place, but I just sat next to So this camera here, and I'm going to ask everyone who's watching at home, streaming, to just put their hands on the screen.
Okay.
So just hold the rings there and then give them to them.
In the bag.
Okay.
Good.
Your glasses? That is so adorable. We'll be able to get a shot. Yeah, that's
I'll show you where to go.
It's both sides, babe. There's no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On the left.
Join the media.
Mommy. Dad.
We gotta sit on the groom side.
Does everybody have
Are they watching?
Groom side. That's so cute.
Are you sitting there? I think there were some names. Or one outside by the pizzeria. Okay, but okay, let's go grab 2 seats.
When is the rain starting?
Started slow. Here with them, me and Robin.
Oh, I see. I'll do that. Room I was texting
Yeah, Ben.
Very good to do, right? You get spare roll tonight.
Perfect.
They're going to be like, okay, so she's promoting something midway. They were sort of zooming into the camera. Hold it up.
Is everyone gonna go? Is all? No, it's just. So I think we'll do these questions, right? If they're not there, just put it on their chair. I'd say headphones, and then a few here. Yeah. Maybe give something really advanced, something like that. Thank you very much. Oh, it's petals. Thank you. Yes, he's very keen. Oh, okay. Everyone should see him.
You probably did. With the whole thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'll take it away. Thank you. Yeah. So missing two chairs. Can you?
Adesso arrivano anche i cuscini.
Sì, arriva.
Cosa prendi qua di pasta? Grazie mille.
Okay, hang on. Io secondo me mettiamo uno vicino a padre e l'altro si vicino a questo signore qua. Che guy?
Non
Were they there
importa,
yet?
li separiamo. Non fa niente che li separiamo?
Can they do another song? Yeah, what does You're all very welcome to continue talking amongst yourselves. But it's kind of encouraged because your silence is intimidating.
Meglio se tutti diciamo così, prego, metti vicino a me.
It's covered it. It's covered with the toxin issues.
Hello. Gosh, that's very loud. So, hello everybody. You're all very patiently and perfectly sat. Thank you. If I may just gather your attention with something that the writer John Steinbeck wrote to his son back in 1958 in response to the question, how do I love someone? He wrote the following. There are several kinds of love. One is selfish, mean, grasping, an egotistical thing, which uses love for self-importance. This is the ugly and crippling kind. The other is an outpouring of everything good in you, of kindness, consideration, and respect. Not only the social respect of manners, but the greater respect, which is recognition that another person is unique and valuable. The first kind can make you sick and small and weak, but the second can release in you strength and courage and goodness and even wisdom that you didn't know you had. And obviously it's the second kind of love that we're here to celebrate today. So on behalf of Mike and Ryan, I would like to welcome you all here. I know I speak on behalf of both of them when I say how excited they are that you made it up all the steps into Ravello. So thank you very much. Now, I know that they're both dying to burst through these big doors here. But for every sense of anticipation, they must wait, and I have one or two points of business I have to mention. The first one is, please can you make sure that your mobile telephone is switched off, or at least to silent, please. Also, as you can see, we have professional photographers aplenty here. So we are actually going to ask you not to take any photographs throughout today's ceremony. You are very, very welcome to take pictures throughout the rest of the day. too. I think we all know that there is a hashtag, my wedding. So please do take plenty of photographs and post them. If you're going to tag them on Facebook, though, only tag them in the ones where they look really amazing. Which kind of will be all of them, but still. Okay, now there are also one or two moments of audience participation in today's ceremony. Now that's nothing mortally embarrassing or excruciating, I promise, but things that are important to Mike and Ryan. I will explain them as they come. But firstly, we're going to be doing something special with their wedding rings, so that when they exchange them, they're going to be that little bit more important. I will explain this when it comes, but if you could just join in the spirit in which it's intended, which is with good grace and happiness. And secondly, obviously, every single person gathered here today is of immense importance to Mike and Ryan. When they say their vows a little bit later on, they'd be very grateful if you would also make them a promise to support them not just today, but every single day of their marriage. When I ask you that, will you please clear your throats, not be embarrassed, and say "we do" so that perhaps it gets heard down the balcony. Thank you, Nan. Okay, without further ado, please can everyone be upstanding as we welcome our grooms. Thank you. Welcome to the wedding of Mike and Ryan. We are here today to celebrate your individuality, who you are as a couple, and who you will become as husbands. You've walked down the aisle with Marlene, and it's my pleasure to ask you, the parents of Mike and Ryan, if you affirm their choice to be married. So, Myrtle and Dawn, Marlene and Bernie, are you both happy for Mike and Ryan to be married, and do you wish them well for life together? Thank you. You may now all be seated. Like couples throughout history, the world over, in civilizations ancient and modern, you have chosen to declare your commitments to each other in a public ceremony. You have both chosen to freely commit yourselves to one another because of your love for each other. My name is Zena Birch, and I'm a humanist celebrant accredited through the British Humanist Association. I also have the pleasure of being Mike and Ryan's friend, after meeting properly at Colin and Jen's wedding in Los Angeles 3 years ago. It has been nothing short of a pleasure in the past year and a half, working with Mike and Ryan through Skype and the wonderful amount of times you both make your way through London, to create this here, your marriage ceremony. They both wanted a ceremony that was inclusive for all and that represented the importance of their commitment to each other, and mostly the happiness with which they want to enter married life. Above all, whatever your beliefs are, they want everyone to feel part of this occasion. Humanism believes that friendship, warmth, and honesty between people can unite any cause or system of belief, which is at least something we can all agree to aspire to. It was also very important to you both that we created a personal ceremony which celebrated the most important people in their lives. Mike and Ryan know how they have been supported by a framework of people who've enriched their lives both individually and together as a couple. And they wanted this day to share their gratitude and love, not just for each other, but for everyone who is gathered here. Family has been very important to Mike and Ryan. And over the years, parents and extended family have helped guide and shape them into the people that they are today. Both Mike and Ryan's parents have been married for many years. In fact, this is quite an astonishing number. You celebrate nearly 100 years of commitment combined. So Mike and Ryan would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your unfailing support over the years in all of their decisions, and especially in the support that you bring with you here today. In a public ceremony like this, it's important that those close to us are present and hold us accountable, that we make declarations of those that we care about, and to have everyone assembled in one place is a rare and cherished thing. Each and every one of you have travelled a long way to be here today, and Mike and Ryan both know they're very lucky to find themselves by such warmth and good intention. We're also joined over there, although I fear that you might not be able to see anything, by people from all over the world. We have Los Angeles and Halifax and Toronto and London, the International Space Station, maybe? I'm not sure. But basically, everyone is able to witness this today, which is very important. Mike and Ryan also know that they're surrounded by the love of those who were unable to make it, those past and present. The candle lighting that you witnessed a few moments ago not only represented the joining together of two families, but it was also to acknowledge and honour those absent loved ones who cannot be with us. So I'm actually going to ask everyone now to just take a moment to look around us, this exquisite location that Mike and Ryan have found for us all, the sense, the astonishing view, and this extraordinary gathering of people. Let us all be present for just a moment, and let's all be grateful. So if we can all just take a moment to look around. Thank you. Marriage is a special occasion. It's an important ritual throughout humankind. It's celebrated in similar but different ways throughout the cultures of the world, of profound emotion. The following words, although written by Bertrand Russell and spoken by me, could so very easily be spoken by you both. He said, "Today, I marry my friend, the one I have laughed and cried with, the one I have learned from and shared with, the one I have chosen to support, encourage, and give myself to through all the days given us to share. Today, I marry the one I love." So I would now like to invite Lisa to read for our first reading. Lisa, in fact, all readers have chosen readings that Mike and Ryan don't know, so they're going to hear them for the first time today, along with everybody else. So please come on up, Lisa. love by Lord Croft. I love you not only for what you are, but for what I am when I'm with you. I love you not only for what you have made of yourself, but for what you are making of me. I love you that you put out. I love you for putting a hand into my heaped up heart and passing over all the foolish, weak things that you can't help dimly seeing there, and for drawing out into the light all the beautiful belongings that no one else has looked quite far enough to see. I love you because you are helping me to make of the wonder of my life not a tavern but a temple, out of the works of my everyday not a reproach but a song. I love you because you have done any creed could have done to make me good, and more than any faith could have done to make me happy. You've done it without a touch, without a word, without a song. You've done it by being yourself. I really wished you'd asked me to be the flower girl. I feel that you've inspired us all by your love story, and you've given us all hope that dreams come true, and that good things happen no matter what obstacles we must overcome. Breathe. You didn't meet by chance on that hurry date night in Toronto over a decade ago. You were meant to be a lucky part. Thank you, Lucy. Marriage is the sharing of experience. It's a journey on the adventure of life. And as with all life, there are unexpected twists and turns. But together, as you already have, you will always find ways to navigate the path. When you encounter difficulties and frustration in your relationship, as we all know happens in all relationships, remember to focus on what is right between you, on the love that you have for each other, and the commitments that you're going to make to each other a little bit. There is a beautiful quote by a woman called Anita Diamant in a book called The Red Tent, and she says, "The painful things seemed like knots on a beautiful necklace, necessary for keeping the beads in place." And I think it's worth remembering phrases like that on days that are just a little bit more difficult than others. Love found you, and you are promising you will acknowledge, respect, and live within it together today and always. Now, as I mentioned before, I was at a wedding when I first met Mike and Ryan, and once they asked me to marry them, I had to contrive a way of speeding up how to get to know them both a little bit quicker. So I set them homework. I asked them lots of questions, and I found out some very fascinating things. For example, no one in Nova Scotia is ever further than 56 kilometres from the ocean. Yep, Ryan used to work for the Nova Scotia Office of Tourism. And did you know that Mike wanted a stage when he was 5 years old? A whole stage. They both still own the cheapest table and chairs that IKEA could sell them 11 years ago, which were assembled and stained in 85-degree heat with no aircon. And the fact that if it wasn't for the wonderfully nicknamed Gay J from Thunder Bay, Mike and Ryan may never have met. But I am jumping ahead of myself a little. You see, I also asked Mike and Ryan to write something for me, something that I call the story of us. And I asked them very specifically to write this separately. So I get their story in their words, similar, but each with a slightly different colour. Now, nearly 13 years is a fantastically long time to reflect over. Their homework was completely delightful, and I was tempted a little bit to just read it completely verbatim. But one, that would be me very much cheating. And two, brevity is not really a skill either of these have when they're writing about the other one. And we have lots of wonderful things planned. But I must abridge it, so where do we start? Now, I'm certain that everybody here does know how Mike and Ryan met, but it would be a little remiss of me if I didn't at least talk in some way what has led us all to be gathered here today. So I considered how I could retell a history that you all already know, And I remembered a game I used to play when I was a kid called Fortunately, Unfortunately. So I've taken their 13 years and I've tried to condense it like this. Fortunately, just over 13 years ago, Mike, known as KJ from Thunder Bay, and he dragged Mike, kicking and screaming, to a speed dating event in Toronto. Switch to Ryan's story, and you discover that the speed dating event was run by his friend Rick. The event was short in number, so he bribed Ryan to come along by waiving the $40 fee. As you can see, neither of them were that keen to go speed dating. As Ryan told me, I'd barely been on a date with one man, let alone 30 in one night. Unfortunately, fate wasn't initially on their side, and they were both placed on the same side of the tables, i.e. they weren't destined to actually. Fortunately, they switched this around. What followed were nearly 50 3-minute speed dates, the idea being that you should know in 3 minutes if there is a connection. Unfortunately, as Ryan told me, halfway through the night, I was getting bored and irritated, wondering if there was any way I could convince myself to reconsider women. When I came around the corner of the table and saw Mike, I can honestly say that I'm one of the lucky people who have experienced that gasp. The one you hear people speak of when you see someone who just knocks the wind right out of them. Fortunately, Ryan sat in front of Mike. The joy of two versions of the same story is that Mike also told me that there was an immediate connection with, as Mike wrote, this handsome young guy from Halifax. They talked with ease for the full 3 minutes, and Mike circled Ryan's number to tell the organisers that he was interested in seeing Ryan again. Unfortunately, Mike circled the wrong number. Fortunately, they chatted afterwards and Mike got the right number. As Ryan told me, at the end of the night, I went back to my friend Cyrus. She asked me how the speed dating was, and I answered, I think I met my husband tonight. Now back then, this was simply prophecy, but Ryan also wrote, we immediately hit it off and started dating exclusively soon thereafter. Unfortunately, Mike was living in Toronto, but Ryan was still living in Halifax. A long-distance relationship of over 785 miles ensued, and chatting online every morning became something they both looked forward to. Fortunately, after about 6 months, Ryan's job transferred him to Toronto, where for a month, Ryan's work paid for him to live in a hotel. Unfortunately, this led to an unbreakable addiction for them both of staying in hotels. As Mike told me about those early days, work paid for Ryan to live in a hotel for a month. I basically moved into the hotel with him, which included breakfast every morning. I basically moved into the hotel, and it built our love up of hotel living. It's probably why we don't mind traveling as much as we do. But, and quote, make a mess and people clean up after you. It's a dangerous thing to get addicted to. Fortunately, Ryan's move to Toronto was a resounding success. And although they didn't move in together for nearly 2.5 years, most nights were spent in each other's company. Unfortunately, I really actively encourage you all to groan at me here, because this is the cheesiest line I've written in the whole ceremony, because there is no unfortunately here. There may well be many years that have passed since then to now, but put simply, Mike and Ryan found each other and have ever since worked hard throughout the years to find out not only how to stay together, but to make their relationship stronger, braver, and truly important. There are quite literally dozens of stories I could recount to you all, and I'm sure that you could all recount back, as to how Mike and Ryan's relationship has progressed through the years. Their extensive travelling together, their shared love of good food and fine restaurants, a perk that I happen to have appreciated every time they came into London. The connectivity that working in the same industry creates for them both, and the pride that they take in each other's work successes. But in truth, what really permeated through both of their stories is a mutual awe and respect for one another, and a sense of vulnerability, something that we can often brush off as a bit of an old-fashioned word. Both take the time to enjoy each other, to understand the ways in which the other thinks and reacts, to understand each other's relationship to family and to your friends, and how important that is. That is why a personal gathering such as this was so important to them both. Thoughtful as they may be, they also acknowledge that they both have their differences too. When Mike and Ryan moved in together 2.5 years into being a couple, they knew that such a move would require compromise, as well as serious downsizing of all the possessions that you both had to squeeze into a tiny attic apartment. But Mike and Ryan's relationship has always been founded on strength and support, which has simply been tried, tested, and proved indomitable over the years. Not because they're so alike, but because they're committed to each other throughout times of transition, as well as being there for each other in times of difference and trial. Now, there is a passage written by an author called Hermann Hesse, which I think really helps us understand why compromise and difference is actually something to be celebrated rather than feared. He wrote the following, if you may, let me just read it to you both now. We are sun and moon, dear friend. We are sea and land. It is not our purpose to become each other. It is to recognize each other, to learn to see the other and honor him for what he is, each the other's opposite and complement. I think it's very clear to everyone how much these do complement each other. As we all know, Mike and Ryan love traveling together. They may have made it an art form, in fact. And they may well be the two luckiest travelers I've ever heard of. As Mike told me, when the volcano erupted in Iceland, everyone else was stranded in dreadful airport hotels. We, on the other hand, managed to wangle the entire stay in one of Europe's finest spas. As if that wasn't enough, we received 2 complimentary spa treatments a day by way of an apology, all covered by our credit card insurance. We really are very lucky. But together, they have learned about each other whilst exploring near and far. They have worked, made friends, and lived together. And they have always talked about their future together. But the prospect of marriage wasn't ever really in their dialogue. Then, in 2013, they attended 5 weddings. As they wrote to me, each and every one of them were great events. We had a lot of wedding fun that summer and decided on the Sunday morning after the last wedding in October, while we were in bed drinking coffee and talking about the fun from the night before, that we should indeed get married. And this led inevitably to them deciding where such an event should take place. They both told me that Italy means so much to them as a couple. It's a country that stole their hearts from the get-go. And when they decided that they wanted to have a destination wedding, an opportunity to share something so special and beautiful with all of those that they love, Italy demanded their attention. They wrote, "Since we were in Southern Europe twice a year, Italy was a place we often came to work. We fell in love with the culture, the landscape, and the food. We're foodies, and simple, fresh Italian food has always been our favorite. We couldn't wait to share it with everyone." And as I stand here, pinching myself at how lucky we all are, I think we can all agree that you made a very lovely choice. But marriage for them both is not simply standing somewhere stunning with their favorite people. It is honestly something remarkable. Marriage itself is something that we dare to dream, a desire to achieve something a little bit more than ourselves. And I think that's very exciting. When we commit to one another in marriage, we're acknowledging that we promise beyond the good times to stick with each other, to support and to cherish, and to be better than perhaps our base instincts, and to continue to do so until we get old. George Eliot wrote, "What greater thing is there than for 2 human souls to feel that they are joined for life, to strengthen each other in all labor, to rest on each other in all sorrow, to minister to each other in all pain, to be one with each other in silent, unspeakable memories." Today, you are both acknowledging the seriousness of this commitment. It does have solemnity, but it should also have unbridled joy. You wish to hold yourselves accountable amongst those whose opinions matter most to you. Acknowledging that finding a union such as this is something truly remarkable. That is something to marvel at and a very good reason to marry. Marriage in this context is an honourable and a personal thing. Now, Mike and Ryan both wrote the most wonderful passages about what they love about the other, and at the risk of embarrassing you both ever so slightly, which I don't mean to do, I'm just going to read them now, because if we can't say it now, when can we? Mike said, Ryan is my best friend. We do so much together, share similar interests in food, wine, travel, pop culture. I wish he was more interested in politics and current affairs and fixing things. But if we were exactly the same, it would be boring. I love his sense of humour, his passion, his love of cooking. I love how through all we've experienced together, the good and the bad experiences, they have brought us closer together. Our travels around the world have exposed us to so much. And I love how so many of our friends and family who will be at the wedding have been with us on our journey. Being married will mean a commitment to us, a celebration to this relationship and all we have built together over the past 13 years. And Ryan said, what do I love about Mike? I love him. I love the human being he is. I love his optimism. I've struggled with being a glass half empty guy my whole life. Mike's glass is always half full. I love his patience. I don't have much of it, and I put his to the test often. Thankfully, it's very dependable. I love his loyalty. No matter what, Mike is always there, be it in person, on the phone, text, via Skype. There's a dependability with him like the sun rising in the east. I love feeling that he truly wants to build a life for me, not anyone else, me. As close as I am to my family and friends, those with whom I feel I'm truly authentic, Mike makes me feel safe to be me, the good and the bad. There's a huge comfort in that safety. And I love his face. I think Michael Eric Saba is so bleep handsome. When I don't see him for a while due to travels, I look at him when he first walks through the door. He still makes me melt. I can't wait until May 18th. I honestly can't think of a better reason for celebrating marriage. There is a quote which I think celebrates how Mike and Ryan feel, not only about each other, but about every single person who is gathered here. It is by Marcel Proust, and he said, let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They're the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. I think we can agree that this is something that should be lauded, celebrated, and enjoyed with a magnificent party here in this unbelievable of places. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you both. Thank you so much. I am very honoured to be standing here. But before we move into your vows, I would like to invite Christine to read for us.
Anyone that's close to Ryan and Mike know that they love to travel. Even folks who are not particularly close with them know it from their frequent hashtag my money. France, Mexico, Thailand, Sweden, and obviously Italy. They seem well together. And when they travel, they very much do it in style. From airport VIP lounges to business and first class upgrades to suitcases. Even a portable is anywhere. Thanks, Marlene, for the best stocking stuffer anytime. And sometimes, like today, we're lucky enough to join them. So with that, I'd like to read an excerpt from the Song of the Open Road. These are the days that must happen to you. You shall not keep up what is called riches. You shall scatter with lavish hand all that you earn or achieve. However sweet the yours, however convenient the dwelling, you shall not remain there. However sheltered the poor, however on the water, to see afoot and lighthearted, take to the open road, healthy, free, the world before you, the long brown path before you, leading wherever you choose. Say only to one another, Camarado, I give you my hand. I give you my love more precious. I knew that one was going to get me. I give you my love more precious than money. I give you myself before preaching and law. Will you give me yourself? Will you come travel with me? Shall we stick by each other as long as we go? Thanks.
Thank you, Christy. Will you please take each other's hand? Your best friend, strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours as we celebrate your wedding day, and as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and always. These are the hands that will continue to work alongside yours as you continue to build your future. These are the hands that, even when aged, will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch. Mike and Ryan, we ask you now, is it your intention to be joined in marriage at this time? That's right. Mike and Ryan have written their own vows, which they are now going to read to each other, so get your other tissues in.
I don't. Oh yeah, I guess I should. Yeah. I need a clean. I got one in my pocket. Ryan, I promise to care for you and love you, to listen to you, and to talk through all life's joys and sorrows with you, empathizing at all given opportunities. I promise to continue to be your best friend, to believe in you and who you are, but also who you can become and who you can become as a couple. I promise to continue to build a home with family and friends, love and happiness, to be compassionate to all, full of respect, and I promise I will try to be a little tidier. I promise to continue to strive for happiness in our life together and always be given of unconditional love.
Mike, I promise to be a constant presence in your life, whether we're near or far, a presence you can depend on to meet you with wholehearted compassion and understanding in each and every situation we encounter on our journey together, joyful or otherwise, forever and always. I promise to nourish and encourage all of the wonderful qualities you bring to our partnership, those qualities that make you the extraordinary man you are, and our relationship as strong as it is. Your gentleness, your optimism, your kindness, and your loyalty. I promise to honor the partnership we spent the last 13 years building together and to always be respectful of the vows and the symbols we exchange here today. I promise to continue to strive for happiness in our life together and always be given of unconditional love. And finally, I promise to never, ever keep count, even if I'm winning.
Okay. As I mentioned at the beginning of the ceremony, we're now going to do something special with the wedding rings. Okay, do you have them? Could you please take them to the back? We also need Lila and Ben, who are going to help here. So if you would like to go back there as well. Okay, we're going to pass the rings through every single one of you. As they pass through you, would you please take that moment to just think of a way in which these guys have made you smile or laugh, to think of something that you would like to go from you as they travel through the rest of their married lives together. As we know, it's not just today that you're married, it's difficult days too, and I think it must be lovely to look down at that ring and know that you have the support of not just each other, but every single one of you here. Now, do you want to just press those rings close to the video screen? Everyone who is out there in the other world, if you would like to put your hands to the screen now. They've blessed them too. Okay. We're going to have a piece of music to allow this to be slightly less awkward for you. So there's going to be some music played now and the rings will be passed. Please don't steal them. We do actually know where you're all staying. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Your rings are most special because they say that even in your uniqueness, you've chosen to be bonded, to allow the presence of another to enhance who you are. Your rings carry the potent double message: we are individuals and yet we belong. As you wear them through time, they'll reflect not only who you are, but also the union that you are making. The fact that through the rest of your lives, each of you will be imprinted by the other, yet as yourselves remain. So, Mike, please repeat after me. I, Michael Eric Southern, give you, Ryan Patrick St. Peters, this ring is a symbol of my promise. This ring is a symbol of my promise. To laugh with you in joy, to grieve with you in sorrow, to grow with you in love, to be faithful to you, to cherish and respect you, as long as we both live. Ryan, please repeat after me. I, Ryan Patrick St. Peters, give you, Michael Eric Southern, this ring as a symbol of my promise. To laugh with you in joy, to grieve with you in sorrow, to grow with you in love, to be faithful to you, to cherish and to respect you, as long as we both live. Now, one thing that you're both going to be able to rely on your journey through life together is the support of absolutely everybody here present. So we are now all going to put voice to that commitment. So do you, the families and friends of Mike and Ryan, promise to support them not just today, but every single day of their marriage. We do! Thank you. Kirsta, you're going to love that I'm saying this now. Would you like to come and read? Kirsta has also chosen something that you guys don't know. So.
Deep love of the running breeze to you. Deep love of the full air to you. Deep love of the quiet birds to you. Deep love of the shining stars to you. Like a moth to a flame, burn hot. My love is blind. You should see my desire. That's the way. Love is a temple. Love is a higher law. You ask me to enter. One love, one life. When it's one me in the night. Oh, won't you stay with me? Because you're all I need. This thing called love, crazy little thing called love, got me looking so crazy right now. Knowing that love is to share, here, there, and everywhere. I wish you joy and happiness, but above all, I wish you love. Deep love of the Son of Peace to you.
Just creeping on. That's amazing. We're just going to sign the certificate. So if I could invite Craig and Joy to join us. Come sign over here. We have a little piece of music. There's this majestical thing happening. Mike and Ryan. This marriage is not only marking the beginning of a new relationship, it is acknowledging and a celebration of a relationship that has been flourishing for a long time, 13 years. Today, you have formally declared your love and your promises for each other here, in truth and in honesty, surrounded by all of those you hold dear. I pronounce you what you have already pronounced yourselves to be, friends always, and partners together in the ventures that you're going to do. It is with great honor that I now pronounce you husband and husband. Organize a photograph at the front of the villa. So when Mike and Ryan walk back out, please could we all, after the front row, follow everybody out as quickly as possible to try and get that photograph done. And then everything else is just party. So, can we please all be upstanding? May you have your confetti in your hand if you have some. And I think we can make more noise for us Hebrews. Mike and Ryan.
Hold on, not now, not now.
Born and raised in South Detroit, and I train going anywhere. I I'm falling from when you start talking. That's so cool. Susie. Remember when you two kids the tree fell?
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh my goodness.
Like I'm just like, yeah, I think it's a cloud.
Definitely a cloud. Yeah. Went right through it.
Go grab yourself. Oh no, photo. I'm coming with you.
Oh, Tina, questi sono i certificati di lasciare. Catherine, questo sei il certificato.
No, ma non lo faccio sì.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Io lo metterei insieme, però.
Quelle due delle
Poi Giulio, non ti devo far sapere, però non te lo dico, ma pare che tenga una cosa.
no, se lui non fa niente.
Sì. Le borse, tutte le cose mettiamo qua dentro. Ok.
Peppe, ma qui questo poi
Prendo l'altezza così,
no, più alto. Va bene, così io.
Allora, che dici? Sì, va bene. Stop.
Sono più anche perché io sono albero.
Sì.
Andiamo allora?
Va bene, sì.
Che secondo me la testa mi sta facendo
Sì, infatti. Io già faccio portare i due. Se no uno la che bella tu, mi piace. Cosa so che mi serve? Io andiamo ad Angelo. Bello. Ma se vai da te non sbaglio?
sta dritto?
No, devo salire questo lato qua.
E se scendo questo?
Sì, però penso che devi stare giusto un po' più alto, perché io sono alto, non ci metto dentro. No, metti alta, deve essere un po' più alto. Devo dire, lo metti dietro e fare tutto.
No, sale. Guardate me che sono almeno il mezzo busto deve uscire, il petto pure deve uscire.
E quindi deve scendere.
Devi pensare che io sono alto, va bene. Are these hard pens? It looks like a reusing pen. Can I have tapers off? Are they meant to be on there? These are usually covered. And the hurricane, can I get rid of this hurricane? No, that's
Basta, ma che c'è visto da?
because that's the candle and memorial candle. Oh, right. The pedals are okay. Does anyone have a light on?
Mi piace questo per il guestbook. Questo per il guestbook. Ci mettiamo un bistro table. Un bistro table. Mettiamo la tovaglia qui anche qua. Qui sai perché loro comunque si spingeranno fino a qui.
Questo è tipo. Devi mettere qualcosa.
Sì, la tovaglia, sì, sta arrivando. Perché non li abbiamo questi?
Lo so, non mi piacciono proprio così. Yeah, please. Do you want to take to do that? Okay.
Well, that's awesome. That's so cute.
Cool, huh? I can take photos. Can we get in there?
Oh, wow.
How cool is that?
That's so
Girls, come in, quick, come in, quick.
Angelo, ce l'hai sempre quegli spillini colorati? Colorati, sì, con le perline.
cool, man. That's awesome. I'm just grabbing details.
They okay out there?
Yeah, they've been restless. Nice details. Super nice.
Giriamo. Aspetta, non
Sort of pre-album, that's how good. Yeah, a small one.
So we ordered
The chair decoration seems like it's off. And the chairs that it's in place inside.
I just remembered when you called me. Oh my goodness. That's so really.
Ho visto la foto.
Ah, ci hanno detto la famiglia che cantano questa cosa. No, ti giuro, io non... Ti accompagniamo, ti accompagniamo.
That's my
I feel pretty good about it.
Especially for
oh, look, there's a picture of being good. Ah, we can do that. Thank you.
After this, or? Well, we're here till Friday. And the wedding ceremony is still coming. If anyone's still there, you're standing right in front of the camera. Excuse me.
Can we say hi to Heather?
Yeah, she might be. Hi, hey, Heather. Wish you were here.
Isn't that awesome? That's awesome. You're married. Oh. Well, no, right? Not really? Not really.
Meno male, deve essere 20 minuti.
Okay, I just need scissors because I can't come on this.
Hey.